Hello and welcome to day 3. So far we have looked at moving your body in order to be able to get out of your head, get more into flow, bringing together the masculine and those feminine energies and allowing you to get out of that overthinking head, allow whatever needs to come up to surface. We looked at mindfulness, present awareness, so that you can turn the dial down on those negative thinking and really just be present so that you can reframe those neural pathways in your brain. And we looked at meditation as a very important tool to enable you to be able to come in and listen to your intuition. And I hope that you have been following your intuition and with curiosity and wonderment about where it's going to take you next. Today is all about self-love and sensuality. So what I want you to do today is really take what you've done over the last couple of days and start to bring this into how can you start to love yourself so much. Where is an area that you are not really loving about yourself? Is it your body? Is it the way you sound? Is it the way you present yourself? What is a way that you are very critical of yourself? And what I would love for you to do is write that part of you a letter, a love letter, and say to it, you know what, there's things about this that make me feel this way, negative and critical, because when I was a child, I was criticized for this thing. And if I didn't have this thing, then maybe I would have been liked. Maybe I would have been loved, right? A lot of our self-criticism comes from something that we were rejected for as a child. And we need to heal those wounds in order to be able to love ourselves. And so loving ourselves by writing a letter to a part of us that we don't like. I don't like how I sound. I think I sound really stupid. Everything that comes out of my mouth doesn't make any kind of sense. However, at the same time, I feel like I have so many important things to say, and I would love to be able to say them in a way that people can understand and that people take me seriously and respect what I have to say. So I'm going to choose to love the words that come out of my mouth, even if they're imperfect, even if they don't make any kind of sense, right? So you can see how you're taking something that you are critical on because somebody else at some point told you that that was wrong about you, and then you're sending it as much love as you possibly can. This might be incredibly difficult for you because it depends on how deep that critic is, okay? So if you are finding yourself just not able to get into the love of that particular thing, find something else that's not as triggering for you, okay? Find something else that you can see yourself, okay, you know what? I can see myself being more positive about this particular part of myself. Or find something that you already love about yourself. Like maybe you already love your eyes. Maybe you already love how compassionate you are. Maybe you already love that you're a great listener. Maybe you love how forgiving you are, or something like that. Write a love letter to that part of you and just be like, I love my eyes. And these are the reasons why my eyes are sparkly. I get compliments on them all the time. They can take in the wonder of the world, right? So you get my drift, okay? So take something that you want to give more love to for yourself. And this could also be something that you wish somebody else would notice about you, right? I wish people would notice that about me. I wish my husband would notice this about me. I wish my children would notice this about me. It's probably because you're not noticing it about you and you're not accepting it of you. And so a lot of this work is turning that lens into yourself. And this is the uncomfortable work. However, this is the most impactful work, because think about it. If you start falling in love with your voice, your body, your jiggle, your booty, your eyes, your craziness, your kookiness, your controversialness, whatever it is, when you start falling in love with those pieces of yourself that you're just like not completely in love with, or you're waiting for somebody else to love, now what happens is you let go of the need to get that validation from anybody else. You really do, and you don't care anymore. This takes time, it takes practice. It's not going to be done in one day. However, this is a great introductory tool to highlight for you where you might be being very critical of yourself, and that is not even yours, that came from somewhere else, and to invite in some of that love that you just never got when you were a child. This is inner child work as well, which is stuff that we go deeper into in the program. But this is just giving you a flavor of the kinds of things that are available for you to go deeper into loving who you are at your core, which might seem impossible right now. For me, this was really impossible. I thought that I was seriously, seriously broken. I really honestly thought that there was something seriously wrong with me. I did. I believed that. I was like, there's no way I can be loved. There's something seriously wrong with me. I believed that with every fiber of my being. And that really set the tone for my life. It set the tone for the kind of relationships I had. It set the tone for the kind of jobs I had, the kind of money I was making, the scenarios I was finding myself in. Like, that lack of self-worth and self-esteem really set the course of my life over a long time. And when I decided I wasn't going to live life that way anymore, I was so tired of the same kind of relationship. I was so tired of the same Groundhog Day showing up over and over and over again for myself. I realized that, oh, I need to disagree with that voice. And I need to start looking at myself, as uncomfortable as it is, for the beauty that I am. And I couldn't see it at first. So you might not be able to see this, which is why I'm saying pick the stuff that you can see. What are the things that you can see about yourself that you already like and admire? What are the compliments that you get that you might push away? What are the compliments that you get that you are in agreement with, right? And go with that. Just go with that and build up that muscle. And then you can turn your attention to the pieces of yourself that you really hate, that you really don't like, okay? That could be a level 2 for you if you're not quite there. If you've already done the work and you're already feeling pretty good about the pieces of yourself that you love, then what I said at the beginning, the more advanced work is for you. And that is where you look at the pieces of yourself that you are just not loving and you're wishing everybody else would acknowledge and give you credit for. Start to give that for yourself. Start to demand or command that for yourself from yourself. How can you go deeper there? How can you take that responsibility as a warrior for yourself and say, you know what? I am done hating my voice. I am done hating my body. I am done hating this part of me. And I'm going to learn to love and bring so much compassion to myself and forgive whoever made me feel that way. Forgive myself and love this piece of me because it's me. It's who I am, right? Self-love is a very, very, very deeply, deeply important part of this work. And we go quite deep into this in the first several modules of the Feminine Rising program. And the sensuality piece of it is, going back to day one with the movement, right? Why don't we take some dance and move more sensuality into these places that you are working your way through? So if you are getting into an uncomfortable space of your body, let's say you're just really hating on your body. Maybe you've been trying to lose weight. Maybe you are not healthy. Maybe there's something there that you're just like, I really don't like this about my body. It's uncomfortable for me to put love there because I just have so much hate there. How can you bring some sensuality to that part of your body, right? How can you start to touch your arms and touch your body in a way that you would love somebody who loves you and appreciates you to do? Again, this is some next level work here, ladies. And this is important because this is what we really need to do in order to be able to feel that love for ourselves, so then we can attract people, partners, situations where the love that they have for us is genuine and not based on a codependent neediness, right? You are just loving yourself so much, and you are having so much confidence for yourself that you can say, you know what, I don't need anybody else for any of that anymore. Thank you so much for your compliment. Thank you so much for saying what you say. I love that. And then inside it's like, but I don't need it anymore, right? Isn't that a beautiful place to work your way towards? And if you're nowhere near that, it's okay. You're here because you want to be. You want to feel that way. So these are the exercises. I know that this might be tough, but I'm fast tracking all of this for you. If you can get into your courage and face the fear and the real discomfort of whatever this is bringing up for you, oh my gosh, woman, you are really going to be able to transcend this fast and be able to work through so much material faster than if we took the long, slow, arduous route. Okay. So self-love, sensuality, bring that element of sensuality into this self-love practices that we talked about here today, and share in the group what's coming up for you. Share in the group where you're at. Where are you on that spectrum? Are you already so freaking in love with yourself that this is like a no-brainer for you? Or are you where I was and like you just can't see it? Or are you somewhere in between? Are you on the lower end of the spectrum, or are you on the higher end of the spectrum? Share with us in the group. Remember, it's a safe space, and we'll continue to support you in that way. So thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.